Okay, let's talk about something that pretty much every single one of us feels at some point: anxiety. But we're not just going to talk about the feeling itself. We're going to get right into the nuts and bolts of what's actually happening inside your body. Why do your hands shake? Why does your heart feel like it's going to pound out of your chest? And how is it all tied to this ancient survival system we all have? Let's dive in. So check this out. Your body has this incredible, hardwired system designed to protect you from, immediate physical danger. We call it the fight or flight response, and it's perfect for, say, facing down a saber-toothed tiger. But here's the thing. In our world, the threat is usually something like a looming deadline, a tough conversation, or an inbox that just won't quit. So what happens when our Stone Age biology smacks right into modern-day stress? Well, that mismatch, that's exactly what we're here to unpack.
You totally know the feeling, right? You're about to step on stage, or maybe walk into a huge interview, and bam! Suddenly you can't keep your hands still. It's such a common and kind of unsettling experience. But what's really going on there? What's causing that physical tremor? It's not just in your head, that's for sure. It is a full-body event.
And it's never just the shakes, is it? It's a whole package deal. You might also notice your heart thumping, your palms getting all clammy, maybe you feel like you can't catch your breath, and that classic knot in your stomach, yeah, that too. All of these things are connected. They're all part of the same biological story your body starts telling when it thinks you're in danger.
So to really get why all this is happening, we have to look at the master control system behind it all. Think of it as your body's built-in alarm system. The scientific name for it is the fight or flight response, and it's this automatic, lightning-fast reaction designed for one single purpose: survival.
Now, the most important word on this slide is perceived. See, your body's alarm system, it doesn't really know the difference between a real physical threat and a psychological one. So whether it's a bear in the woods or just a really scary email, if your brain perceives it as danger, this incredibly powerful survival mechanism kicks into gear to get you ready for immediate, powerful action.
And it all happens in a flash. First, this tiny little region at the base of your brain, the hypothalamus, think of it like a smoke detector. It sounds the alarm. That signal triggers your adrenal glands to just dump a surge of hormones, mostly adrenaline and cortisol, into your system. And this hormonal cocktail is what floods your body and primes every single part of you for peak performance.
A really simple way to think about it is that your nervous system has a gas pedal and a brake. Your sympathetic nervous system, that's the gas pedal. It floors it, kicking off this whole fight-or-flight cascade. But thankfully, we also have a brake, the parasympathetic nervous system. And its entire job is to hit the brakes and calm everything down once the perceived danger is gone.
Okay, so let's connect all that biology back to those physical feelings we talked about. This brilliant, ancient system actually explains exactly why you feel all those strange things when you're anxious.
First up, your heart starts racing. This isn't random. Your body's getting ready for action. It's pumping a ton of oxygen-rich blood to the big muscle groups, your arms, your legs, getting them ready to either, run away or stand and fight.
And to get all that oxygen into your blood in the first place, your breathing automatically gets faster and shallower. But here's the weird part, the paradox. This rapid breathing can actually make you feel like you can't get enough air. And that's where that feeling of breathlessness or tightness in your chest comes from.
And here we go. This is the big one. Your muscles are tensing up, getting ready to spring into action. Adrenaline is coursing through them, making them ready to fire on all cylinders. All of that pent-up energy, that heightened tension, that is what causes the shaking and the tremors. Your body is literally revving its engine, waiting for the green light.
What about the sweaty palms? Well, that's just your body's built-in cooling system kicking on. It's anticipating that you're about to do something physically intense, so it starts sweating ahead of time to make sure you don't overheat while you're fighting or fleeing. Pretty smart, right?
And finally, that awful knot in your stomach. Look, in a life-or-death situation, digesting your lunch is way down on the priority list. So your body cleverly diverts blood and energy away from your digestive system and sends it to your muscles instead. And that slowdown is what can cause that nausea and that queasy feeling.
So this fight-or-flight response is an absolutely amazing short-term survival tool. But what happens when the threats of modern life, work pressure, money worries, endless social obligations, what happens when those things mean the alarm system never really gets a chance to turn off? Well, this is where we start to shift from a temporary state of anxiety into the much trickier territory of chronic stress.
A normal, healthy anxiety response is what we call self-limiting. The threat goes away, the brake system engages, and you calm back down. But with chronic stress, it's like that gas pedal is stuck to the floor. Your body is just constantly marinating in stress hormones like cortisol, and that can start to disrupt almost all of your body's processes.
And keeping the system switched on long-term, well, it puts you at a much higher risk for some really serious health problems. We're talking about everything from heart disease and digestive issues to a weakened immune system that can't fight off bugs, and even problems with your memory and your ability to focus. This is exactly why learning to manage anxiety isn't just about feeling better in the moment, it's absolutely critical for your long-term health.
And hey, if any of this is sounding a little too familiar, it is so important for you to know that you are not alone in this, not even close. Research shows that about 1 in every 5 people will experience a significant anxiety disorder at some point. This is a shared human experience, not some kind of personal failing.
Okay, so the big question, right? What can we actually do about it? Knowing all this is great, but having the right tools is what really creates change. So let's build ourselves a little toolkit for managing both those intense, in-the-moment symptoms and for building resilience for the long haul.
So when you feel that wave of anxiety starting to build, you can literally manually engage your body's brake system. The 4-7-8 breathing technique is an incredibly powerful way to do that. That long, slow exhale sends a direct signal to your parasympathetic nervous system telling it, hey, the danger has passed, it's safe to calm down now.
Another fantastic tool for right in the middle of an anxiety spike is the 5-4-3-2-1 method. See, anxiety loves to trap us in worries about the future. This little technique forces your brain to slam on the brakes and focus on the present moment by using your senses. It literally pulls you out of that what-if spiral and grounds you right back in the here and now.
Now, for building that long-term resilience, there are several really well-proven strategies. Regular exercise is just amazing for burning off those excess stress hormones. Then there's something called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which actually helps you retrain the thought patterns that were triggering the alarm in the first place. And for really specific situations, like public speaking, some medications called beta blockers can be used to physically block the symptoms, like the shaking and racing heart, by stopping adrenaline from doing its thing.
I really want you to hear this powerful reframe from Dr. Catherine Boger. That shaking, it isn't a sign that you're broken or weak. It's actually a sign that your body is working exactly as it was designed to. It is simply trying to release a massive surge of energy. It's not a weakness, it's a survival mechanism just stuck in overdrive.
You know, at the end of the day, understanding the why behind what your body is doing, it demystifies it. It strips away a lot of its scariness and power. The next time you feel that tremor start, you'll know it's not some flaw. It's just excess energy looking for a way out. So the real question we want to leave you with is this. Now that you're armed with this knowledge, how will you choose to manage it?